Welcome to Adaverse. My name is Gigi and I'm joined here today with my colleague Max.
Hello, everyone.
Today we have an interview with Mateja, the CEO and co-founder of Artano, a decentralized NFT marketplace built on Cardano.
Thank you to the amazing Cardano community. Once again, without you guys, this would not be possible, and we hope you enjoy the show. Mateja, it's awesome to have you here today.
Awesome to be here. Thank you for having me.
How would you describe Artano to somebody who has no idea about it, who's never heard about it before?
Sure. Well, Artano is the first community-curated NFT marketplace on any blockchain, and specifically Cardano. And we plan to bring really high-quality artists to Cardano and expand the Cardano mission, which is banking the unbanked, to non-European and non-North American markets.
That's great. And why have you chosen to build on Cardano specifically?
There are two main reasons. One of them is the ethos, as I've said, of banking the unbanked. And we believe that in order to expand to beyond, North America or Europe, you need to have a blockchain that's both sustainable in terms of climate change and affordable, so that people can, not spend $500 to mint one NFT, and they can actually, adopt and make a living out of your platform. And another one is open source. Cardano is really open to open sourcing code, and we believe that the support from the community and our own open sourcing of smart contracts will kind of build a better environment for everyone, and not just not just a kind of a for ourselves. Yeah.
Cool. So you guys have the correct me if I'm wrong, it's the Apeirogon drop coming up.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. Apeirogon is, in terms of the size of how many artists we've invited, it's the biggest drop on Cardano so far. It has 63 artists and 5 to 6 curators. So we really have a big drop with a lot of different artists, and even physicists and there's one person who's doing quantum physics kind of simulations and NFTs, and it's really cool. There's going to be VR sculptors, digital artists, animators, and what I'm mostly proud of is that some of these people come from Ethereum and Tezos, and I don't think it's common for non-native Cardanians to mint on NFTs on Cardano, and I think it's a great opportunity for Cardano itself as well to just expand its mission and adopt more people and talented artists.
That's great. And it's very interesting that Artano requires KYC. Why is that?
Yeah, so KYC is something that we are a European-based company. So first of all, there's some limits to what you can do in Europe. And one of them is a KYC procedure that is required from us. This is to protect our users, so to protect the artists themselves. If there is somebody who is doing something malicious on the platform, like duplicating NFTs, or even it goes to the extent of financing terrorism by NFTs, because there's millions and millions of dollars that are transacted and we don't know where this is coming from. So it's a way to protect our platform in the long run, because there is regulation coming, and people are going to have to do KYC anyway on other platforms very soon. And we want to kind of be the first ones to say, okay, this is how it has to be, and it will be like this. And we're not big fans of it, of course, but it's a necessity that it's a hurdle we have to come through, I guess. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So you guys have a council of artists, right? That kind of do they curate the work, or what role do they play in Artano?
So the council is the first kind of curatorial body on Artano, but and it was selected by us, the team. And this is kind of the first step towards decentralization of curation. So we don't want to have the council being the only people who curate art on our platform. We want every single user to be able to do this. And for this reason, we have a token called Arta, the token, you can use it, and you will be able to use it in the future to select both the council and to select the users who come to Artano to mint their work. So they come from literally all over the world. There's 20 of them. They are very diverse in terms of age, in terms of gender as well. I don't know if you know, but 16% of NFTs are sold by women only. And this is something we really want to change, because it's ridiculous, only 16%, and there's so much talent out there, and we want to bring on more women and more role models on the council as well. So this is really important for us.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It's like a big problem that there's such few women in crypto in general, that it's important to do that. So I'm glad you're doing it. So how does like art on Artano, if I like want to do art, how do I get approved?
So we have an application open right now, artano.io/apply. Anybody can apply today. You can apply. We already have hundreds of applications in, and the council will then curate the art. So we've trained for like months, literally, to get this as objective as possible, so that there's no like, oh, I like this kind of art, I don't like it. It's just kind of the potential of the artist and what they can bring to Cardano, because the space is pretty saturated with 10Ks right now, and we see all the same thing over and over and over again. So having something new, I think, is beneficial to everyone on the blockchain, and the council is just looking for that something special, I think, in every applicant, or good art, basically.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cool. Yeah, so I think you touched on the ARTA token a little bit. Can you go over again maybe how that the governance, actually, like what you're governing with that token, and what the full utilities are now and in the future?
Sure. So right now there's no utility. The first utility will be buying and selling NFTs. So you can select if you want to sell it or buy it in, if you want to sell it, in ARTA. So the artists themselves can decide. And the first kind of step is selecting the next council. So the council will rotate every 6 months, and they will keep, and as more and more people, acquire the token, we will expand into features for voting for features on the platform, like give people a list and then they can rank them. It's kind of a catalyst, right, for curation and for projects you want to see on Artano and for features you want to see on our platform. So this is really important for us to kind of decentralize and kind of listen to the community who is adopting our token early. And the earlier you are in the space on Artano, the more tokens you will be able to get. It's easier to get it. After that, it's going to be much harder over time. So adopt early, I guess. Yeah.
And what are the benefits of staking in the art pool?
So Artipool right now, well, first of all, I want to disclaimer, we are a self-funded project so far, and Artipool has been the only source of income for the team for months now. And there's of course investors we're talking to, and we're trying to acquire investment right now. And if you stick with Artipool, you're supporting our project directly. And in Q1, Q2 2022, we have a specific amount of ARTA tokens that are dedicated to ARTA, to our delegators. So yeah, if you delegate with the pool, you'll be able to also earn ARTA tokens. And the ARTA tokens cannot be bought anywhere. You can just earn them by buying and selling NFTs on Artano. Maybe that's important, I didn't mention.
Yeah.
I read about infinite NFTs on your website. Sounds like a cool concept. How does that work? Yeah, how do the infinite NFTs work? What does that mean?
Sure. So infinite NFTs or iNFTs, they're NFTs that change over time. We introduced them. So we had the first auction in July this year, and it was like the first automated auction on Cardano, and we introduced iNFTs with it, which change during day and night cycles, or they change over like a seasonal period, like 4 months, for example, and the image itself changes. So the IPFS files just swap. And basically what you can do with this is expand it to data. And so use it for, like, for example, when we have external data oracles on Cardano, you'll be able to input data onto the blockchain, right? And so the art can itself react to, let's say, climate data or ADA price, or even the price of the NFT itself. So you can actually have certain parameters and customize your art, and really the consumer of your art or the collector can really enhance their experience using iNFTs, we believe. So they're going to be there next year. And yeah, we've introduced them shortly. And one NFT actually, from NFTs from one artist on a Paragon are going to be iNFTs. So it's an Easter hunt, if you find them, lucky you, I guess. That's maybe something we didn't mention. And yeah, so one artist is doing iNFTs for this particular drop, and they're changing over time. Sorry if that makes sense. You can cut this part out.
Yeah.
I
just wanted to ask, like around what time will the drop be, so I can,
Sure.
take a look, take part of it.
Sure. So the drop is starting 24 hours from now. Today is December 9th. And it's tomorrow at 15 at 3 p.m. UTC. So yeah, okay. It's starting pretty soon. It's running for a week because we have like 63 artists. We have over 200 NFTs, and every day there's going to be a new kind of swapping artists all the time. So yeah, it's gonna be great.
I'm excited. And what is an example of an infinite NFT changing with an external data oracle?
An example of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's say you take climate data and the global temperatures, like as an example, and then the global temperature reaches 1.5 degrees and your NFT changes to another image. So it's not like getting more red, for example. It's actually a new painting or a new digital piece that you've made, and it will just swap with the current file that's kind of active, IPFS file. So, and then it reaches 2 degrees and it's another image again. So it kind of like gives, and we want to make it super easy for people to use. So you upload 3 images, let's say. One is now the active state, one is the 1.5 degrees, and one is 2 degrees. And then your NFT changes with that. And you're like, okay, I'm showing, this is a message that my art is trying to kind of send to the consumers, to the people who are buying, the collectors. Yeah, so it's kind of a way to enhance NFTs.
That's really cool. Yeah. I love that idea.
So are people going to be able to, in the future, connect to a bunch of oracles that you guys provide on Artano? Is that kind of the idea?
Yeah, so our plan is really to have, talk to NGOs, talk to different databases, like people who, even universities, having a bunch of data. The only problem is that this is expensive, right? Like every time data changes and you trigger the oracle, it's a fee, right, on Cardano. So, but we know, IRHK has plans to decrease the fees over time. So maybe if you pay like 1 cent per change, that's not a lot. And if it changes once a year, it's not a big deal. But you have to still incur some cost if you want to have these data oracles. Maybe that's a downside.
Yeah. It depends on how you look at it.
Yeah.
Before we finish off, is there anything else you want the community to know? Yeah,
so we are trying to really be as open as possible about the curation process. I know that's a big worry about KYC as well. It's a bit of a scary topic that people don't like to hear, but it's really important for us to get the message across, and also join a Paragon, I guess, and see you tomorrow. If this is getting released tomorrow, see you on the 10th of December.
Drop in 24 hours.
yeah. So see you December 10th to 17th at Paragon. Join Artano. If you have any questions from the community, ask us. We're always open to hearing any feedback. So, and thank you for this interview. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Thanks for coming on, Mateja.
Thank you.
Pleasure having you.